Throughout NBA history, the best duos are the ones where both players end up scoring a lot of points. Usually, it's a guy averaging a ton of points, and another guy who puts up numbers that make you optimistic about the idea of them being the main guy on a team given the opportunity, which has almost always been the case with NBA title teams, as well as teams that are contenders year in and year out. However, when I look at the Detroit Pistons, I think differently. Obviously, I'm super high on Cade Cunningham, and I do think he is likely going to be their franchise player for years to come, and someone that could be an MVP candidate in the future. And based off NBA history, you would probably think that Jaden Ivey is the second part of this duo, considering he showed multiple times throughout his rookie season that he has 20 plus point potential. And I think that he is going to be a really good player. However, I don't see Ivy as the second part of the Pistons duo of the future. I actually look at Jalen Duren as the second part of the Pistons duo of the future. Duren averaged a little under 10 points per game as a rookie, and that's not to say that he didn't have a good rookie season, because he had a really good rookie season. But it wasn't a rookie season that you would expect from a second half of a potentially elite duo, especially with the numbers Jaden Ivey put up as a rookie. But the reason I believe Jalen Duren is the second half of the duo next to Cade Cunningham goes beyond the numbers. I think the best place to start with why I think this has a chance to be the next great duo should be with talking about the players, and that starts with Cade Cunningham. Cade had his season ended early by injuries in year 2, but in the games he was healthy, he did showcase why he was the number 1 pick as a jumbo primary playmaker. He's an elite playmaking talent. I feel like that goes without question. He's a super high field playmaker, he has elite vision, he knows how to control the pace of the game, which isn't something that anyone can just do. He knows how to manipulate defenses, he reads coverage as well, he's pretty creative. He has almost everything you look for in a playmaker. He does need to work a bit on his accuracy as a passer, but I have seen improvement since entering the NBA in that area, and with more reps he should be able to fix that flaw. In terms of his scoring upside, he actually showcased some 25 plus point per game potential when healthy in year 2. He's a big physical guard, he's a really good mid-range shooter, has a good handle, can create off the dribble. He does need to be more consistent as a 3-point shooter, but he doesn't lack confidence, and he does have a pretty versatile shot diet, so I do think he can improve in that area with time. And he also needs to improve his finishing. However, on tape, it feels more like a processing and mental thing than an ability thing, so I do think it's improvable that he does become a good finisher because he has the tools to be one. I think Cade has potential to be a high-level scorer and a legit top 5 to 10 playmaker in the league, and that's a combination that should lead to All-NBA selections and some MVP talks if he reaches his full potential. Now, he does need to improve on some key areas to reach his full potential as a jumbo playmaking offensive hub, but I do see realistic ways for him to reach his full potential. I highlighted all of this in a near 15-minute video about Cade a week ago, so if you want a full breakdown on him where I highlight everything about his offensive game in more detail, go check that out. I'll put the video link in the description below and the pinned comment. Now, Jalen Duren is a player that I describe as well beyond his years. Physically, he's built like Optimus Prime despite being the youngest player in the NBA last season. In fact, he's younger than about half of the lottery picks in the 2023 NBA draft, and only about a few days to a few months older than a few other lottery picks from that draft as well. He has absurd physicality, good vertical pop, and good lateral movement skills. He's also very mature based off what I've heard. He's very well spoken, and when I listened to him speak at a Through the Wire live show in person, which is something I would recommend going to if you have a chance, every answer he gave them was very well thought out. He's also an incredibly smart player, one of the highest field defensive prospects I've ever seen, not just for his age, just in general. He reads defensive coverages very well, he's an incredible defensive communicator, and when you combine that with his really good movement skills that allow him to play multiple defensive coverages, He has all of it. He has the tools to be a shot blocker. His physicality and vertical pop on top of his motor. You see the potential for a perennial all-defense guy. Now, he's not perfect. He does need to cut down the fouls, and he does get beat a few times. But you have to remember he's super young, and things like that can improve with time and reps. Offensively, the numbers don't pop off the page as a rookie, but he has incredible hands that make him a lob threat, roll man, putback, and dump off guy, as well as a great rebounder. He runs the floor well in transition. He's physical in the paint and has good touch around the basket. And his physical and athletic profile is one that's just tough to stop when he gets to his spots and going downhill. However, I think what excites me most is his passing upside. He only averaged 1.1 assists per game as a rookie, but that doesn't tell the full story. I think that speaks more to the role he played than it did about his ability as a passer. He has good vision, he makes good reads as the roll man, he makes that extra pass, hockey assist kind of play, and he has intriguing upside in terms of creativity. I'm not saying he's going to be Jokic, because nobody is going to be Jokic as a passer, regardless of position, but he does have some really interesting passes, ones that are pretty difficult, and ones that you wouldn't expect from a teenage big. It's not perfect. I don't expect him to be a 7 to 10 assists per game guy, but the upside for him as a Robert Williams type passer, but cranked up to another level, is a possibility. And in Summer League this year, he was trying some live dribble stuff and taking root jumpers, which he found success with. Now, it is Summer League, so we will have to see a larger sample against much better competition to believe this is a part of his game, but he always has had a decent handle for his position. His form has always been pretty good. I never felt like there were any flaws in it, and he has good touch around the basket. It's far from perfect, and I don't think he will be this Karl Anthony Towns or Joel Embiid level offensive creator, but the flashes are there, and I do think it can be a complementary skill to an extent. I do think the traditional big stuff will be the bread and butter of his game as a scorer. However, I also think he has some of the flashes on tape to suggest he can develop a mid-range jumper to a respectable level. I think Duren has the potential to be a 15 to 18 point per game, 10 to 13, maybe even more than that rebound per game, 3 to 5 assists per game, 1 to 2, maybe even more than that block per game, 65 plus field goal percentage player. One that thrives off being a roll man, lob threat, rim runner, jump off and putback guy as a scorer, using his physicality and athleticism to overwhelm opposing defenses, while also being able to punish defenses from the mid-range area when they play the role. He has potential to be one of the best passing bigs in the league as a roll man and post playmaker, and a solid handle for a player of his archetype that could lead to some self-creation in spurts. Someone that can be a great connecting playmaker, and defensively, he has all the tools and intangibles to be one of the best in the league. He has the physicality and athleticism to play multiple coverages. I don't think he will ever be Bam Adebayo in terms of being a 1-5 defender, because I think Bam Adebayo is the only true 1-5 defender in the league. But Duren does have the movement skills to hold his own on switches. He has elite shot blocking potential. He can read defensive coverages and communicate well on defense, which is a testament to his feel for the game on that end of the floor, as well as something that gives him potential to be a legit defensive anchor and someone that could be among the best defenders in the league. A physically imposing play finisher with high-level connecting playmaking, solid mid-range shooting, and elite defensive ability is a player that can make all-star teams in this league, and I do believe that's the potential Duren has as an all-star and all-defense guy. It's not a guarantee that he reaches that potential, but based off his motor, the way he carries himself both on and off the court, his physical tools, skill, and feel for the game, I am very optimistic that he can reach those levels in the NBA. So I spent a lot of time talking about these two players, but what makes them a potentially great duo? Well, it has to do with the feel for the game that both of these players have. Both of them are incredibly smart players, and both are only going to get better. Imagine a pick and roll duo where the ball handler is a 6'7", 220-pound jumbo creator that is capable of making unreal reads as a passer and score the basketball at a high level, and the roll man is a 6'10", 250-pound physical athlete that's good touch around the basket, good hands, is nearly impossible to stop going downhill for most defenders, and has good feel to make passing reads off the catch. Off the bat, this is going to be a really fun duo to watch based off what they are right now, and I'm excited to see that this season. Having to worry about two players that can make reads in the PNR is tough to handle. It's why I believe the Pistons will be better than people believe they are, especially with Jaden Ivey and Asar Thompson being elite cutting threats off the ball. But what this duo has a chance to be in the future is something that's truly special. If Cade utilizes his good mid-range game more to open up finishing opportunities and improve as a three-point shooter, if Duren develops that solid mid-range game that he has potential to, if Ivey and Asar develop as shooters, which is more within their own possibility than you would think, if they can get a forward man that can stretch the floor, this duo has a chance to be one of the best in the league. The foundation of an offense that has high aspirations, something that opens up opportunities for teammates around them. It's not a guarantee that Cade and Duren become an elite duo. It's not a guarantee that they improve the way I think they can. It's not a guarantee that Asar and Ivey improve as shooters. It's not a guarantee that they get the pieces around them to make this work. Only time will tell with all of this. But if this duo reaches its full potential and becomes what I believe it can become, the rest of the league might be in trouble. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, so that interests you. Really think you enjoy this channel, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm. Helps where people find my videos. So in turn, helps the channel grow so I can make more content for you guys in the future. Let me know what you think about Cade and Duren in the comment section below. Do you think they're the duo? Do you think it's Cade and someone else? Do you think it's maybe Asar and Ivey? I'd love to hear all of that, basically. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.